Hey folks, Patdees, the traveling picker, and I'm out here trying to work in the garage, straighten things up. And what I want to talk about today is whatnot. And I'm frankly, I'm pissed, and it's bullshit that the way that they communicate or lack of communication that nothing's done about it. So um, I just got back home from Tennessee for a reseller meetup, and I'm gonna put the phone. I'm using my phone. My damn one of my GoPro batteries got stuck and broke off in the damn thing. So let me find a place where I could put the phone down and explain to you guys what the hell's going on. And if you guys, let me see, that's too low. Hold on. And you know what? I'm not gonna edit that out either. I'm in one of those moods right now that when they steal this kind of money from you, hold on. There we go. Yeah. All right. So, guys, don't mind a little bit of the mess, and there's the map in the background. If you guys watch my videos that I got at a Rummage church sale, so that was in an old school. But yeah, I just got back from a reseller meetup that we all went down to in Tennessee, and I live in Pennsylvania, so it was a long drive and stuff like that. And if you follow me, I actually got this new iPhone for the purpose of doing whatnot, because the other phone, the Android phone, being 3 years old, is a little bit, I think, too old. And with the Wi-Fi and then the camera and the Wi-Fi and the connection through even the phone surface itself was lacking. So it was time to upgrade. And I did a video on that and stuff too. But and I hate to make these kind of videos, because it sounds like, like, oh, you're bitching and complaining about, a platform that but I think I got to give people heads up and really talk about my experience of what's going on, and maybe if anyone else has gone through this. So I took a break actually right before I left for Tennessee, because I wanted to catch up on these mystery boxes and different stuff and items that I was selling. And I was selling roughly, about on average for about 2 months, about $1,000 to $1,200 worth of stuff a week. That's not net, because don't forget they have to take off their cut, of course. And that's another issue, is that 30 cents per item. Sometimes if you bundle things together, you're actually better off. So I'm gonna take my glasses off here a second, because the sun is coming through the windows of the garage here. So I got a busy day today, because I'm gonna go get a U-Haul and be cleaning out a storage unit and moving it. So I wanted to make this video real quick. And needless to say, again, I'm not too happy. But so like I said, I took a break, and I did do a show on the road, Bucky's, but that was an issue. Even with a good iPhone up on where the location is, if they don't have cell service, forget it. You can't even go live. So, and I did a little bit of a live from the second one, and but by then it was last minute. And so Whatnot's got a lot of issues they need to address, and one of the biggest things I wish they would address is direct communication. With sellers, like myself. So I knew what my running balance is, and I have the tendency, and I'm probably not going to do this no more, but I have the tendency that I cash out all my payouts at the end of the week. It just gives me an idea. Okay, if I do 1,000 and I net it, let's say 800. Okay, that for that week I net at 800. So I don't do my payouts like after every show. I've sold over 4,000 items, so as soon as I ship, I get paid right away, because there's no issue as far as trust. Well, there's not supposed to be, he says. And so I've proven my point that, I do my fulfillment and do what I'm supposed to do to keep the customers happy and not be fraudulent. So I knew what my running balance is. I put it on a notebook. I usually write how many followers I start with and how many I end with. And cars going by pretty fast on the road. And and I put down how much, sales I do and how much my shipping is and how much my giveaway shipping is, to keep track. And then when I'm done with the shipping, I put down my running balance. So I had some Bucky stuff left over, and I did a show, and the total sales were, I don't know, approximately $150, $180 roughly. And I look at the balance, and the balance only went up $24. I'm like, $24? Well, there's 80% fees now? Like, what the hell's going on here, And I thought, well, maybe there was some, you get those adjustments in shipping and this and that. And I'm like, no, I keep a really good eye on that and have gotten better with that. And what the hell's going on? So I look up my ledger, and now I'm starting to panic because I'm like, there's money missing, about $100, and 97.47 was deducted for a refund out of my ledger. And there's a transaction number there, and I don't know. You try to look up the transaction number, and unless I don't know, because again, I never had to look it up, and you can't type a number. Maybe there's a way, and I don't know. But anyways, I go back, and I'm looking at the number, and it starts with 728. Then I kind of figured out, okay, 728 is around this time. In other words, the number's not going to jump all over. So if you just recently I had like 731, for example. So the 728s are going to be all together. So I go back, and I had to go back about 5-6 weeks to find 728. So I find the transaction, and I'm like, oh, that was $110, a bunch of boxes to a good buyer, a person that I've communicated with and has bought stuff from me before, and there was no issues that I knew of. But I'm like, how dare they? They just take the money out and refund somebody and don't even reach out to me, and I'm pissed, and I'm like, when $100, because it was 97.47, but that 100, it was 110, but then with the commission, so in other words, I got 97.47 out of that 110, so they took the 97.47 back. Meanwhile, 97.47 is what I sold this, what I got for over $300, $400, $300 at least worth of stuff. $300 worth of stuff off of pallets at Dollar General, Walgreens, and Target, and I'm out now. I'm out the money. I immediately go in and I'm like, this is bullshit, and I transfer the rest of the money into my PayPal, because I'm like, what the hell's going on here? That they can just take money out of my account, and so I reach out. I figure out who the buyer was, and I reached out to him, and I say, hey, so I copy. I that's one thing with Whatnot. Once you block somebody, I don't know. I know they can't see. Like, someone blocked me, for example, that sells, and I can't see none of. So I don't know if I can see the conversation. I can't even see the show. You can't even. It's not like YouTube where you can lurk unless you set up a different account. But I'm not going through that bullshit. If someone wants to be so petty and block you, screw them. Over nothing. It's always personality issues. That's all it ever is, or misunderstanding. It's never. I support a lot of other sellers and buy things. So, when I got other things to worry about in life than sometimes that bullshit. So, and excuse my language, but I'm fed up because I just read an email from Whatnot, and so I'm going back and forth, and I screenshot all the conversation with this buyer, and this buyer also is a seller on not as big as me, but she's a seller, and honestly never had no problem. Wrote very nice messages to me. I appreciate multiple times, and I even threw in some extra freebies, because when you're making up these mystery boxes, especially for other resellers, they want to make sure they get their money back so that they can and make some money, so they at least buy from you again and not feel like it was a bad experience. And when I buy stuff by the pallet, I get it at a good price. So you're not making a whole lot doing that. But I always want to reassure that when people do buy, those type of things, that I take care of them. And this has been a good buyer. So I'm going back and forth over the messages. I save them on my computer, save them on my phone, and she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I never, I that doesn't make sense. And she said that she knew someone else that they took money out of their account, and I'm like, yeah, and we're talking like we just communicated a week ago, and she reached out to me to buy something else. So I'm like, what the heck? So I'm like, so when I got my iPhone, what I did is on my Android, my old email for 25 years, it gets email and spam. I don't know, over the last year, someone must have entered my damn email into something. And that's the only problem with putting your damn email out there on social media, on YouTube, that somebody could put you in a damn list, and then you're constantly getting junk email and spam and stuff like that. So I wanted to make sure that what happens is when you do a Whatnot show, you get a summary of the show. And I like seeing those. Oh, okay, new buyers, this and that. But every time you buy something, you get an email. Every time you tip somebody, you get an email from Whatnot. So I think even when the item's delivered, you get an email. So you really get an excess amount of email from Whatnot that, honestly, it's just crazy. But, I'm sure there's a way to opt out of some things, but I don't know. But I'm like, nah. So, I'm like, okay, and what I like about Whatnot, which I do, is if there's a problem with a buyer, or they'll message you, and you get a little, like Facebook Messenger, it's on there. And I've even seen Whatnot, hey, we got a special show coming up or a seminar. So think nothing of it. So I look at my Whatnot, I look at my email, and I'm like, son of a gun. I come across Saturday morning, and it was probably an automated thing, says that the buyer reached out and they hadn't got their package. And so I said something to him, and I said, that doesn't make sense. Now, mind you, this sale was done like 6 weeks ago. 6 weeks ago. So they can go back 6 weeks, and so and then it said, if you don't respond to us in 72 hours, now I left for Tennessee Thursday, got there Friday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, went and did our stuff. Saturday morning we did things, left actually early. Was gonna leave Sunday morning to come home, but it turns out to be 17 hour drive. I'm like, that ain't gonna work. I can't drive that much no more. And 13, 14 is the max. And so we left Saturday, and 1:30 in the morning on Sunday morning, we stayed somewhere, got up and left at 8 o'clock, and then got home here in Pennsylvania at about 7 o'clock at night. My wife had to go to work for Monday morning, and stuff was going on there, and I wanted her to call off, and so we could stay down there long, but she said it can't, and I knew she couldn't because there was a lot going on at her job. And never thought, why would Whatnot over the weekend would reach out to me and send me a message about something. I mean, it doesn't make sense. I've never thought about it. So when I'm filming this, today's Thursday. So Tuesday, basically, yesterday I was tied up doing things. I thought, okay, just wait for Whatnot to get back to you. So Tuesday I replied to Whatnot and said, hey, there is no issue with this order. You look back and forth between the buyer and myself, and you'll see there's no issues. There's nothing. And they even laughed. Missing? It's mystery box. It's full of different things. How could one thing be missing? They don't know 99% of the stuff that they're getting in the box. And so I responded, and they said, "Oh, well, you didn't reach out to us in 72 hours. We refund it." And the person says to me on Tuesday that they didn't see nothing in their PayPal, and they didn't get nothing. But now, how's that going to happen? Even if they do get the money. Oh, can you give me my money back? And then eBay eBay. Then Whatnot is saying that don't do no transactions off the. Now I got to rely on this person, and I'm pissed. So I messaged. I just looked at my, and I just found this out just now, about 10 minutes before I'm recording this. Is that oh yeah, we did, and I told him right now, I'm pissed. Why the heck would you guys not message me through the service? Look at there's no. I mean, there shouldn't be, and use the weekend time. Most businesses, it's Monday through Friday. So if you guys have gone through this, beware. Whatnot can take your money out of your account, and if you better sit by the phone. You better sit. Hell, we don't sit by the phone a lot of times for other things, and let alone on the weekend. Whatnot's going to message me for something that happened 6 weeks ago that is a non-issue. I mean, I replied to him, and what a way to run a business. So here I am out of $97.47 because of what they did. So I am not happy. And beware if you're selling on Whatnot. And I like Whatnot. I like do I like the prices that I get? It's a grind, and there's things to bitch about? No, but I like the platform that you can have something that you can sell. So I'm torn between making this video, but this crap can't go on, that they just rob you out of your account. And I'm sure there's other things that are going on that I'm not even now made aware of, but it's not right. And that's the problem, where they have the power to basically shut you down like that, because if they would have made my account negative, if I sold anything, they would have got this. So they always have the upper hand. And there's nothing out there right now that you can, turn your like this. I can turn the camera on and you can go live any second of the day and sell your stuff. You can sell for $1 if you have a buyer. And people say, "Oh, you're killing it over there." No, I'm not killing it over there. I'm selling a lot of stuff at $4 or $5. It's a grind, and when you're on there 2-3 hours and you're doing a couple $100, there's times I do 40-minute shows and it's not consistent. So when people say you're killing it on there, no, sometimes I feel like I'm killing myself. What's all involved in it, between the work and stuff like that. So, I don't know. I'm so disgusted that this stuff gets handled like that. And so I reached out to the buyer and said, "Hey, this is what's going on. Now I got to rely on them to refund my money." And she hasn't blocked me or anything, and the messages are good, and she's bought other stuff. So, but Whatnot should admit that they screwed up, and you know what? Allow them to keep their money and then give me my money back. And then you refund it the buyer. Well, refund the seller for your screw up. So I don't know. I'm just this is not a good way to start the day. So, all right, guys. But we got to put it out there. Give me a thumbs up for sharing this with you guys, and like and follow the page or the channel. I'm sorry.